You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, your #1 all the New York sports podcast. I'm your host, Dominic Konareski. Well, folks, before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. This channel is growing so fast, and I'm just so honored to have you fine folks listening to what I gotta say about New York sports. With that said, let's get right into things. New York Mets closing pitcher Edwin Diaz has had a very rough stretch in his last few appearances. And with the New York Mets saying that they have no plans on changing him from his close role to being just a regular bullpen relief pitcher, well, I think that's kind of concerning, as over his last 7 games, he has an ERA above 10. Overall on the season, an ERA above 4, being a 4.30 ERA. It is not good for a closing pitcher, and this is a guy who's only done 37 innings so far on this season. Okay, yes, he has 54 strikeouts, but he has 18 on-ones. That is way too many on-ones for a closing pitcher in that amount of time. Okay, right now, Edwin Diaz, well, he is the metropolitan version of Aroldis Chapman. That's basically it. Edwin Diaz wants to show Aroldis Chapman that he's not the worst closer in New York. Edwin Diaz wants to up Aroldis Chapman, be like, hold my beer, I'm gonna suck more than you. And you know what? Edwin Diaz is sucking a decent amount. Okay, he's definitely not been doing good. And that's it. He has not been doing good. A closing pitcher has one job, and that's not to lose the game. Now, everyone has that job overall, but the closing pitcher comes in when there's always a save situation, always late in the game, sometimes when there's already a runner on. You just can't blow the game. And Edwin Diaz, for the first time in his career, that being last night, 3 blown saves in a row, as he blew, once again, another save when he pitched against the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Mets ended up winning that game in extra innings, but that does not mean that Edwin Diaz is out from just being a bad pitcher. He has not been performing well. Now, I'm not saying that the New York Mets need to permanently replace Edwin Diaz from the closing role, but they have to give him a break and make him go in the bullpen, because you know what? He is not being consistent at all. Yes, the Mets are the best team in the National League East, but when you look at the teams behind them, they are very close behind them in the standings, and the Mets cannot afford any slip-ups, especially since they've had nothing but injuries so far this season. They are very lucky and very fortunate to still be the top of the division. So comment down below what you guys think about Edwin Diaz and if he will be the closer by season's end. I personally think he will, but I do think that there will be one point where Edwin Diaz will be going back solid bullpen pitcher. I think that's the best way to put him. Mini tongue twister there, but that's what Edwin Diaz is going to be. If he keeps this up, he's going to go to the bullpen for a while and then come back and end the season, once again being the closing pitcher for the New York Mets. I'm your host, Dominic Konareski of the New York Sports Show, and I'm signing out. Peace.